Nighttime is one of the most dangerous times to drive. Nearly half of all fatal accidents on the motorway occur after dark. And for the motorway cops, it's when they are stretched to the limit. It's 5 p.m, the beginning of the rush hour. On the M5, just outside Worcester, motorway cops Adam Toll and John Martin are responding to an urgent call for help.
We've been told that there's a 7 to 10 car road traffic collision at the moment, so anyone's guess is as good as ours, really. We're just envisaging that there's going to be a lot of cars spread out all over the carriageway, a lot of people wandering around, trying to blame each other.
It's never an accident as to what's happened. There's always someone to blame. It's not a road traffic accident, it's a road traffic collision.
1-3, where I are.
But before they can decide who's at fault, they have more urgent matters to attend to.
Potentially cars are going to be written off, people are going to be going to hospital. But you've also got thousands of people that are sat in cars waiting for us to move, the collision out of the way so they can get home. And that's one of our main priorities.
Hey, mate. Yeah, not too bad. We got any injuries?
Yeah, 2.
2, slight or?
Slight, but one we need to have a look at because he's got a heart condition, he's got chest pain.
Incredibly, despite 7 cars being involved, no one's been badly hurt.
Mike Alpha, Oscar Tango, 1-3, update. Yeah, can't confirm how many vehicles at the moment, but we've got 2 slight casualties. Nothing life-threatening or serious at this time. We have got lanes 2 and 3 fully blocked at this time, with at least 4 vehicles still stranded in those 2 lanes. Is that received?
Adam and John can now turn to clearing the 4 stranded vehicles off the carriageway, but that means closing another lane to traffic.
As soon as we start coning out, you can see people's hearts sinking and, people shaking their heads. But it's got to be done. And unfortunately, there's no other way that we can deal with it.
Come on, move across! Slide into lane 1! Come on!
With frustrations already running high, thousands of commuters are funneled into just one lane. It's now safe for the cops to get to the bottom of exactly what happened.
What we got then?
Right, basically at the moment, it looks like all these vehicles here are the collision. The ones over there are witnesses.
Okay.
Casualties, there's 3 of them. Not serious, slight injury.
Yeah.
Tight chest, etc. Possible whiplash, that sort of stuff.
As the Highways Agency begin to clear the debris, Adam and John begin to question those involved.
Which car are you with?
I'm in this one.
You're in that one?
I'm in that one.
You're in that one?
This one's still...
You're in the BMW?
This one's not. This one's intact and drivable.
OK. You've been hit, though, yeah?
No, I don't believe I have.
Oh, right, you've been the lucky one.
I managed to get on the side of everybody.
Oh, well done, you. OK, which car have you hit?
That car spun and hit me and then carried on spinning.
But it seems everyone has a different view about what happened.
I stopped.
Yeah.
The little Peugeot hit me first.
Hit you first, and then it spun into you.
I was following him.
Oh, you were following him?
OK.
I was following
Come down
him.
my side.
You've got drivers saying that he's to blame or she's to blame. At that point, we're not looking to see who's at blame. We're just trying to get the motorway clear, get everybody off to hospital and make sure that everybody's OK.
So you've hit him as well?
Well, he hit me into him, yeah.
Yeah, but you've hit him?
Yeah.
Right, that's fine. OK.
Whoever caused this particular accident, Adam believes there's usually one common factor.
Everybody travels too close, and when you have people braking suddenly, people just can't react. And that's exactly what happened on this occasion.
The backlog of traffic continues to grow because the clear-up has hit a major problem. The overhead lights are out, and working in the dark is slowing everyone up.
I've asked the lights to be turned back on.
Yeah. These ones are all out. The 600 metres of cable got nicked about a month ago.
Oh, were they?
Where the collision was, there's about a mile's worth of motorway lights that are actually out of service there. We had quite a lengthy amount of cable stolen from a group of organised criminals whilst the motorway was closed. This is becoming a regular occurrence and it's a major problem across the UK at the moment.
Like so much of Britain's infrastructure nowadays, the motorways are under attack from cable thieves on a daily basis. And with copper prices at an all-time high, the thieves' appetite for destruction is costing Britain up to £1 billion a year.
The size of the thefts going on in and around the motorway network, it's an epidemic.
Just 30 miles away, another copper theft has been reported. This time it's on the M6. Motorway cops Jess Davies and Alan Coleman are looking for the thieves.
We've had a bit of a
a battering around the motorway network over recent weeks where they've been stealing the cable that controls the electric. The motorways are an easy target. There's signs, there's telephone lines, there's cables, there's cameras, lights, and some lovely juicy cable for them, feeding all those various things, and that's what they're after. We're actually in the area now where we believe that that's happened. Somebody's phoned up saying they've saw a silver Renault Clio with some cable hanging out the back of it. If you attack that area of junction 10, it basically takes all the lights out at quite a busy junction.
Jess and Al are out of luck. The thieves have got away. But a local resident has information which may prove useful.
Also, we had a bang.
What do you reckon the bang was? Just stuff coming over?
Well, I thought it was something on the motorway blower because you have it all the while on it.
Yeah.
You can imagine with the sound like. We took no notice and then we just seen a couple of lads messing about here and then I knew straight away it was a cable.
So the first time, is it?
No.
Pretty much every night shift we get the runaround with the cable thieves because it's so planned, it's meticulously planned and they're so quick at it. By the time the reports come in, they're long gone.
The copper wiring at this electrical junction is all too easy to get at.
The trouble what I'm having here is like, this is a box here, and if you look out the fence...
Yeah, I can see it, yeah. How do they get over, mate? They climb over.
It's easy access for them.
It does look like there's some cable that's been dragged up. They've lifted all the little stones that cover the cable itself. There's like some coping stone type things that cover the cable, and I can see it's all lifted off. I'm not climbing over here because these were as sharp as anything.
Cable theft is a risky business. At least 6 people died trying to steal cables last year in the UK.
Bold as brass, they just go, cut through live wires and live to see another day.
They've sliced through a 90mm cable which powers the electrical supply for a stretch of the M6.
Well, yeah, there's some cable which has been snapped here.
Catching the thieves in the act isn't the only problem. The scrap metal industry is a £5 billion business that's largely unregulated and sometimes run on a cash and no questions asked basis.
The problem does seem to lie within the how they're getting rid of the cable. All they have to do to say to the scrap dealer is, it's mine and I'm allowed to sell it. Sign a disclaimer saying that and the scrap dealer will give them cash. They're the ones that we have to iron out, but they're the ones that are few and far between. They're the ones that are taking most of the money.
8 miles south, at their base on the M6, the motorway cops are out in force. They're preparing for an operation against thieves operating at night in the Midlands.
That night was to target those car criminals, people that burgle houses to steal cars, the keys to the cars, and also the cable thieves. It was a two-pronged attack, really, to hit sort of both organised crime groups.
Rookie motorway cop Nigel Kearney and colleague Jay Hussain are readying themselves for action when a call comes in.
On council units, code 1, M6, 13 to 12, southbound.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Ready?
Yeah, go. Mike Alpha Oscar Tango, 2 to Making Junction 9.
There's been a burglary. A car has been stolen and it's heading down the M6 straight towards them.
We hadn't even got in the car properly. The car weren't even set up. We were just getting in, just logging the computer on and all the rest of it, and it come.
Okay, Vauxhall Bravo, pick up Mike 829 LOB.
Lob.
An unmarked car is already behind the stolen pickup, and off means it's left the motorway and is heading towards the back streets of Walsall.
Keep going towards 11.
Yeah, no dramas. I know around there, I live around there.
Oh, right, okay, fantastic. Get off at Hilton Services, yeah?
Okay.
Rookie Nige has some catching up to do if he's to get in on the action.
Bosley's on the right. You want to get in because there's somebody in there that's caused somebody misery, and you want to get them. As cheesy as it sounds, that's the way it is.
Helicopter's there.
Alpha Oscar 1, the police helicopter, is now above the stolen car.
That's our car there, that BMW is ours.
The target car has stopped at the lights, just in front of the unmarked police BMW.
Yeah, we are now at Broad Lane, Bell Lane, just approaching the police station at the lights. Lights have just changed to green, and it is straight up, left towards the Sir Robert Peel, Bell Lane towards Lichfield Road, received.
The cops have the stolen pickup outnumbered 4-1.
Yankee Mike, Oscar Tango, 2-2, calling.
The thief has seen the lights and appears to have given up.
Get in front of him if you can. Yeah, behind the stolen car. It's being stopped just by Sir Robert Peel, Mike 829. Yeah, he's going. Yeah, failed to stop. Lichfield Road, Bloxwich, received.
With 4 police cars and a chopper in hot pursuit, his chances of getting away may seem slim. But the cops have strict rules about when they can chase a driver who makes off.
Yes, and it is still appropriate to continue, over.
Yes, MDA is low, vehicles 50 miles an hour, no other traffic on the road, it is appropriate to continue.
If conditions are too dangerous, they could be asked to call the chase off.
You don't want to get too close that you're putting them under pressure and make them do things that you don't want them to do. But it's also being close enough, but you can see them if they do these lefts and rights, and then because they're always looking for somewhere to run.
Going to decamp, mate?
Yeah, he is, mate. Finding somewhere, isn't he? The last thing they want to do is get caught.
Back Hill Road.
It's going in a big circle, it comes back out this doesn't.
The thief may be looking for somewhere to dump the pickup and run. But with Alpha Oscar 1 hovering in the night sky, there's nowhere to hide.
Micah, it's Stag Hill Road, right now onto Hunter Crescent. Speed 30 miles an hour, no other vehicles on the road. Road conditions are dry and it's appropriate to continue.
While Nige has to take it easy, the pickup driver is doing all he can to shake him off.
Being new to the group and stuff, I didn't want to damage the cars either. It was quite, I knew what I had to do, but I also don't want to damage the cars either. Sorry, mate.
No, you go for it, mate, go for it. Yeah, Leemore now, into Eagle Works Drive, dead end, Eagles Work Drive.
Get in, boys, get in.
Whilst you're trying to guess where he is, he's at the vehicle and he's off on his toes.
Police dog!
But Nige can't pursue him. He has a problem.
I had a bit of a schoolboy error. I've got to go back and left the keys. I'd left the keys in the car and I had to run back and get the keys to secure the car. So I'll miss the offender. I'll come catch him.
While the rest of the motorway cops hunt down the runaway car thief. At the scene of the 7-car pileup on the M5, the lights are still out and the pressure's on to reopen the motorway. With the annual cost of motorway closures around £1 billion, the government wants clear-up times reduced by an average of 40 minutes.
I mean, ultimately, there's supposed to be time guidelines that we'll close a motorway for. That's what will be coming down the line in the near future. The problem we've got is every collision is different and it's got to be dealt with what we see fit at the time. But ultimately, the government want us to open those motorways a lot quicker.
Highways, once fire crews have made these two safe, highways are going to drag these two onto the hard shoulder.
Yeah, OK.
I'll grab the regs of those, mate, from the rear. Just need someone to go into the ambulance. I don't know if you want me to do that or you want to do that, whichever's easiest, and just get them to move it onto the shelf, and then we can get everybody across then, can't we?
But with time of the essence, there's another hold-up.
Hello.
Hi.
How's things going in here?
We need a second truck.
How many have you got in here?
We've got 3 patients.
3 patients, right.
The motorway can't be cleared until another ambulance arrives.
Do you know which cars they've come out of?
They all came out of the same car.
They're all come out of the Peugeot. What are the injuries looking like at the moment? So nothing life-changing at the moment? No, OK. Injuries we've got, one's, I think, emotional. One's quite a serious sternum injury, but one that he's going to have to go into the hospital for, but nothing like life-changing or anything like that. And the other one's just got a bit of a sore leg, so
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You go to, you see a collision on the road and you think, God, someone's been seriously hurt from that. But cars this day and age, with the airbags deployed, etc., people are a lot better off than they were 20, 30 years ago.
While the injured are treated, Adam tries to get more information about who caused the crash from the driver of the badly damaged Peugeot.
Who was the unfortunate driver? It's always the one line down, isn't it, eh? What happened?
We were driving, just looked up and he just shouted, stop.
Sudden braking. OK, mate.
Is it my fault?
At the moment, if I was a betting man, mate, I'd put money on you for saying potentially it could be your fault, not reacting in time. It's as simple as that, OK?
You've got cars that have braked and other cars just haven't been able to react. One of those has spun out of control and then had a secondary collision with a couple of other vehicles.
With the investigation over, it's time to get the traffic moving again.
Thanks, ladies. OK, everything's done there, so they can go. They're all going off to Redditch. Looks like they've just tried to stop, hasn't stopped in time, and just gone into all the other vehicles. Right, we're just going to drag everything across once this goes, aren't we? Just going to get this last one out of the way then, and it's all done.
Yeah, you'll find that when we're obviously trying to get everything onto the hard shoulder, you'd like to think every car's drivable. It never really works like that sometimes. Some of these cars are mangled, and you've got to try and use a bit of initiative.
There are parties now, because we've got no steering and very little stuff on the front of it, we've got to try and get them onto the shelf to open the carriageway up. That's the most important thing.
Usually what we do, we get a tow truck, they come and take the cars away.
What we're going to have to do, mate?
Steer with the handbrake.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had a young child in Adam who decided that he'd like to move the cars by other means.
The one car ended up having to sit in the back. I felt a bit like Hightail off Police Academy at that point.
Yeah, knock me out, son. Just go really slow. Just talk to me how far away and I'll put the handbrake on. 10 inches, please. Beautiful, Bernie.
Adam can be a big kid at times. He enjoys his work.
Hey! Somebody get me out.
I think he quite enjoys the limelight.
Just living the dream, baby.
Have you seen Police Academy?
I enjoy what I do, and you've got to have a laugh. It's a way of dealing with the incidents that you're dealing with at the time, and for me, I'm a little bit of a joker every now and again.
It's quite nice sitting in the back and drive a vehicle. Very strange situation.
That's Adam.
Right, that's all our kit back, I think.
With the damaged cars moved to the hard shoulder, all 3 lanes of the M5 are ready to reopen. And for those stuck in the backlog, the waiting is over. 25 miles away, back in Walsall, the cops on the ground have lost sight of the thief who ran from the stolen pickup. But there's no escaping from the crew of Alpha Oscar 1, the police helicopter.
What's the patrol? On your left, on your left, on your left, over the garden on your left.
Surround the area, surround the area! He's in here somewhere!
Yeah, if we can keep one patrol on the main road, I need to get a patrol into the back garden.
Smithy! Smithy! Back gardens! Alpha Oscar, which back garden?
PC Martin Smith is an old hand with 25 years service and always appreciates a little help from above.
The way I view it is people want to get away from the police, don't get any slower. And it's always harder the older you get to keep up with the youngsters. Wearing all the stab vests and the equipment belts and the coats and the boots, and they're in trainers and tracksuits, so they got the advantage anyway straight away.
Yeah, on your left now, next garden up.
But tonight, the chopper has given the cops the advantage.
You could hear rustling and all sorts of things going on, so you knew he was fence hopping in the gardens, trying to get from one end of the row houses to the other.
Yeah, Alpha Oscar 1, which one?
Yeah, that one there you're next to now. He's at the bottom of that garden, the seat.
Well, the torch lights come.
He's coming, he's climbing the fences, keep walking up the road with him. He's waiting by that one, and he's down the side of the house.
Time's running out for the thief. Smithy's hiding out in a back garden, ready to pounce.
I could hear the sound of the fence jumping as the fence panels were going, as the chap was coming towards me, so I knew he was going to be coming out more or less where I was.
There he is.
Put the downlink on over.
Stop there! On place! Get down!
Then I saw the chap appear over the top of a fence, so I just grabbed hold of him and we fell in a bit of a heap in the garden, had a roll around on the floor.
Smithy's got his man. Or maybe the man has Smithy.
Get yourself! Don't grab my balls! We can't take him out! Which way is the gate? Open this gate then.
Even though the thief got closer than Smithy wanted, he can't let his emotions get in the way.
Quite often I can't stand the sight of the people that I'm dealing with, but I can't let that show through. I have to deal with them on a completely professional level, and sometimes that is quite difficult.
The stolen pickup is 16 years old. It seems hardly worth getting arrested for.
It's difficult to know why you'd nick that type of vehicle. I mean, sometimes they do find a use for them in committing other crimes, like they could be used for carrying property around, heavy tools, for doing cable thefts. There's lots and lots of reasons, and I don't particularly know why, in this case, he took a 4x4 pickup like that.
With some explaining to do, the thief is off to the nick. "35 miles away in Worcester, there's another burglar on the loose. With PC Toll tied up with paperwork from the crash on the M5, John Martin is back on patrol.
Okay, Oscar Tango 2-3.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're just leaving Hidlip, but we've just heard you last. Just go again with the details.
Criminals have called in to say there's seen some people breaking in at Empower.
I heard Empower building, burglary in progress, and then I thought, that's just round the corner from us.
They do have a security guard there on site who's been informed to come out. They've not seen anyone at the moment.
Yeah, it's received. You got 3 units making from Hindley.
So, less than 3/4 of a mile away, there was 3 patrol cars en route very quickly.
John spotted someone who could be the burglar.
All right, mate, do you want to just step up there and buy that car for us? What are you doing up here?
On the way home. From work.
Where'd you work at?
DHL.
There? Right, where's DHL from here? Because I'm not from around here.
There somewhere.
Right.
There somewhere
YK Oscar Tango 2-3.
isn't the direction he came from.
We've got one gentleman stopped at the moment. Can you just confirm if we know that someone's been stopped walking away from the premises in the last 5 minutes? Have you got anything on you that you shouldn't have at the moment?
No.
Right. Well, basically, because you've been seen walking away from a place where we believe that a burglary has taken place or attempted to take place,
Yeah.
I'm going to search you, okay, under section 1 of the PACE. 2-3, go on. Yeah, you can get that. Yeah.
Hello? I haven't... No, I'm on the way home. And the police have stopped me on the way home.
It could be PC Martin's lucky day. The suspect's been caught, quite literally, red-handed.
There is fair red blood on the blinds.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you in a bit anyway.
You are under arrest at the moment. Okay, you've got a cut hand and there's a lot of blood at the place where we've got got the breakage. Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of burglary. All right, so you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention the question. Submit you later line in court if you do so. All right? Yeah.
Finished work about 2 or 3
Well,
minutes ago.
okay, that's fine.
It's always nice to be in that position where you just think, I'm 100% sure I've got the right man here, and I'm just intrigued as to what excuse she's going to give.
It's going to be a long one.
You've been drinking as well?
Oh, yeah, I've had a drink.
You have, and you've just finished in your DHL, delivery driver. Do you know like that for me? That's it. It's not going to be what?
A long one, is it?
Yeah, can I help you?
Well, I don't know, mate. Because as far as I'm concerned, if your blood matches what's at the scene at the moment, then you're going to be guilty of it, aren't you?
It doesn't happen all the time, and if it does happen to you, it's just like, I think I might go and get some lottery numbers tonight as well, because I've hit the jackpot here.
Unless you've got a reasonable excuse as to what you've been there for.
Been where?
Well, I've just told you, Ben. Do you want to come and have a seat in the back of the car, mate?
Yeah, I've just been to work and back.
All right, then. Have a seat in the back there for us.
Just for the children's ward. Are we with Mr. Jones?
Right, that seemed like a bit of an easy one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well basically while he's been here with me, I was just about to stop check him. He's come through from the scene that there's a large amount of blood at the scene, and I've just noticed quite a good cut on his hand. So as far as I'm concerned, he's walking away from the scene. If that blood matches a bit there, it's done and dusted, so we're game on. I said if I was a betting man, I'd probably say that I think the blood's going to match up at that. So we'll do the necessary now. He's obviously been arrested on suspicion of the burglar, attempted burglary, and we'll take him to custody and see what they can do, get someone to deal with it.
The suspect has been arrested before.
Yeah, Haddock is known to us, mainly for drugs. He offends on bail. He's last known possession with controlled drugs with intent to supply and having it on him.
Many times before.
Disqual driver, vehicles insured, more drugs, resisting obstruction constable, theft, article with a blade, burglary with intent to steal and theft bike and arson.
He's all right, to be honest, mate.
With such a long arrest record, he just might be their man.
All right, then, Gary. Let's we'll shoot off.
There's no reason why I should be here full stop. I've just clocked out.
All right.
To the minute.
Okay.
10 o'clock. Okay, what I've done wrong is I've probably had a couple of drinks when I shouldn't have, but...
While the man waits to be transported to the cells. 10 miles away, just outside Worcester, some more cable thieves have been seen on the M5.
One of our vehicles had spotted a vehicle known to us for being involved in cable theft. They'd gone to the vehicle that was seen in the hard shoulder, and they'd got out and they'd gone into the field and they'd legged it.
Alpha Oscar 1's heat-seeking camera is searching the fields for the gang.
The efforts that go in to actually target these people is absolutely massive. It's huge. It's a huge undertaking to take on an organised crime group or even part of it.
We've got a vehicle that's been involved in these thefts. So I think there's some officers with that vehicle now, and there's some people in the field, so we're just going to go off and see if we can find them. As you can see, we've got the helicopter up as well, doing a search for them, and plenty of people that have been on the operation as well, out looking for them as well. So hopefully we'll turn one up.
There's no sign of them, but there's evidence of where they've been.
So they've been taking the cable from down there?
I think it says found a hacksaw. It's just a massive problem. They've nicked all the cabling. That's all the lights are out. Because see this section of lights out.
Yeah.
Because they nicked the cable.
When it comes to cable thieves, people think it's just, you're an employed man nipping into a derelict house and pulling out the boiler and a few cables. Well, it goes a lot further and a lot deeper than that. These people are, they remove massive chunks of cable from the side of the motorway and other places, other main roads. It's then put into bite-sized chunks, moved to these houses where they've got factories set up, where they put this cable through and it comes out the other end copper.
There's torch going from right to left towards the farm when I got here, but it's disappeared.
I say that the chopper ain't got him then.
No. But he could have got to the farm building, so I'm just going to go and have a look. I'm going to try and get in the field and go across.
The hope now is that a search of a local farmyard will unearth the gang.
Are you the owner, are you?
That's right, yeah. Something's going on.
Yes, we've got somebody's been nicking all the cabling.
That's right, yeah.
Well, we've got one on foot over the field, so...
He'd had some trouble before. I think he's had incidents and he's had metal items stolen and removed from him before.
Where is he?
They know how we operate. We know how they operate. And sometimes it feels like you're in a game of cat and mouse.
There's no footprints in that. Looking to see if he's hiding in your... it'd be an ideal place to hide, wouldn't it?
Even with an air-to-ground search, the thieves have vanished into the night.
Well, no, he's disappeared, obviously, so... OK.
And leaving empty-handed is a bitter disappointment.
Their desire to get away is so great that they'll do anything and go anywhere. They'll go and throw themselves in a pile of, cow dung, won't they? They're not bothered. They'll go and get in the middle of that. If it means they're not going to get caught and spend the night in the cell, they don't mind spending a night in a load of manure, do they?
If you do hear anything, I'm sure you will, but give us a bell.
I can't believe he's got away.
Yeah, I was a bit annoyed because they were so close. And the thing that annoyed me was because I knew that, a part of me thought that they were going to go back and commit more crime, but with him, of another victim. So, yeah, I was frustrated because I'd like to have got him.
Back in Worcester, The man PC John Martin caught red-handed is dismayed at his predicament.
This is just a pure joke. This is just putting the icing on the cake. I detested the job anyway, and this is just topping it.
He's sticking to his story that he's just clocked off work and had one for the road.
2:10 job, and I absolutely detest it.
2 till 10?
Yeah.
You finished early then, haven't you?
What do you mean I finished early?
It's only 20 past 8.
I think from the way that Mr. Haddock was speaking to me, you could see that his story wasn't straight.
So how much have you had to drink then, Gary?
I had a couple of cans at break time, which was 6 o'clock. And, yeah, I didn't go, well.
He really wasn't giving me a lot of confidence that what he was telling me was right.
You go and sit down on there for us, Gary.
His record of offending spans over a decade, although it seems he's conveniently forgotten most of it.
So was the last time you were in trouble? 12 years ago?
I'm 35 now, but I was, what, about 18, 19 when I got out of it all.
On the straight and narrow?
Yeah, a long time ago. All I've been locked up for is driving while disqualified 3 times of it. I got put away for that. Last time I was about 32.
Right, so it's 3 years rather than 12?
No.
Come on then.
I'll probably about actually. Yeah, it's only a scratch.
Yeah,
I
open up,
think it's
please.
from that there.
Okay, open both up for me.
He's managed to twist him himself. I'll take him out of him?
Just leave him on for a minute. We're just going to get his hands swabbed.
It takes just a few minutes to gather the evidence.
Can you turn your hand over this way for me? That's the one, yeah, that'll do. Good one, nice one. Okay. And then if you could just put the time on this one. What these do is these are going to get sent away to be matched with things from the crime scene. This is either going to prove that Gary's either been where he says he hasn't, or it's going to prove him that he said that where he was, and that wasn't it.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can't even remember where I was.
Well, if not, we'll be able to tell you where you've been then. That'll be better, wouldn't it?
Pictures often speak louder than words, and CCTV footage retrieved from outside the property will also help the cops work out his whereabouts just minutes prior to his arrest.
Right then. You go in there, get your head down for a bit. All right.
I believed it was a burglary, or an attempted burglary at the very least. He was trying to take something from that building. What? I don't know.
You said a cup of tea. All right, Gary.
While he settles in for the night, the motorway cops are out looking for yet another gang of cable thieves. They believe this gang are Romanian and plan to strike tonight somewhere along the M42. PC Angus Nairn and another rookie motorway cop, Katie Pring, are lying in wait.
Yeah, the Romanians came in the Volkswagen Charan earlier. They've been round the Bromsgrove area and he's gone back to Coventry. Well, he's now back again. He's just come off at 1 and he's gone down in towards Bromsgrove.
What we're doing now is we're aware that there's a red Volkswagen Charan that's in the area involved in cable thefts. And there's currently 5 vehicles involved in looking for that vehicle. So hopefully it'll pop out soon.
You've got to build up a pattern of where they actually go, travelling to and from, what sort of areas that they like to steal from. And once you build up a pattern of what they do, they're like creatures of habit.
The UK's central motorways are a frequent target for cable thieves, and with over 600 miles of carriageway but only 12 officers on duty at any one time, finding these creatures of habit isn't always as easy as it seems.
Yeah, so it's gone M42 north from the M5 south to 2.
Your lights on. 2-3.
Yep, that's received. I'll take it 2-3, I'll do that then.
Yep, 2-3. We're just about to join the motorway now.
The red Volkswagen Charan has been caught on camera heading straight for the cops.
96, we're going to try and make junction via the 42.
While other units play catch-up, Angus and Katie are still not clear if the Charan has passed them by.
In front or behind us?
Okay, we've just entered onto the M42.
Where's behind us?
Junction 1 now. Just
That's
through
it.
junction 1.
Bollocks.
2-3, I think it's behind us then, Eva. We just joined the M42 eastbound as we've been told the vehicle has entered in, and we believe the vehicle is actually behind us now. So I think we're going to see if the vehicle passes us to see how many are on board and then make a decision about whether we stop the vehicle or let it run.
There are times when you know that if you're going to go and stop somebody and they haven't actually got anything on their possession, then it's difficult to prove they've been involved in the commission of a crime. So you've got to weigh up the pros and cons. Is it worth stopping them and letting them know that you're onto them? I.e., you know the vehicle they're using, you know the route they take, whatever it happens to be. Or do you say, let's just let them go on this occasion? The next time they come back could be the occasion where they're coming to collect the goods.
Ask him what he plans to do. Stop it? Drive by it?
Sierra 90 from 23. You planning on stopping it or driving past and having a look first?
No, with everything that's been going on, we're going to put a stop on just passing 5 over 8. Just want to know what the other resources are, please.
We've just gone past 6 over 3.
Does he want us to put the follow me and take it off at Hotwood?
Yeah, receive. We'll get the follow me on and see if we can get him into Hotwood ever.
Yes, yes.
We've got the vehicle behind us now, and another police vehicle is directly behind us, that Volkswagen Chiron. We've got the rear sign in the vehicle illuminated, requesting the vehicle to follow us off.
Still think it's only just...
Oh, I think it's just the one.
Maybe just the two at the most.
There's certainly...
There is a head in the passenger seat, I think.
Yeah, there's certainly not a row of people in the back.
I think it's 2 up. I think it's 2 up. The 321 mark, is that right? That might be lying down. Yep, they are lying down in the back. Get that, Angus.
Yeah, 2-3 received. Why are they lying down in the back then? Hello? Can you get out the vehicle, please? Oh, there's loads. There's 4 in the back.
4 in the back?
4 in the back, lying down.
The Volkswagen Chiron is a typical car used by cable thieves who rip out the back seats to make more room for their crews.
Where have you lads been? Speak English?
No.
No?
Any of you speak English?
Where are you from? Country?
Romania.
Romania. All of you.
So there's going to be a lot of stuff hiding somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get the details, mate, and then we'll look some talent.
Who speaks English? English?
The language barrier is a big problem for the cops.
The identification side of it is always difficult because whenever they come from a foreign country, a European country, the language barrier, you can't confirm the details they give because we've no way of accessing, the Czechoslovakian or the Romanian or the Polish databases to see if these people are genuine.
They've been rooted in the undergrowth.
Yeah.
And wet through.
Yeah.
Okay. Toner's wet through, Angus.
Soaking wet. I can feel that even through my gloves.
Yeah.
Wet clothes may indicate they've already been out searching for the cables. The question is, where is it now?
Another one with the... They've been out rambling, Angus.
Yeah, I would say so. They've not been to the pub anyway.
Any ID?
Mobile as well. You get mobiles. They've all got mobiles.
But no ID. No money?
But one thing they do have.
These were hidden underneath the passenger seat, and they are the ideal tools for cutting cable. And we tend to find that they use Stanley knives to strip the outer sheath off the cable. They've been up to Troon recently as well.
Have they?
Aye.
Good golf course up there, mate.
There is indeed.
This vehicle is linked very strongly to cable theft and theft from HGVs and also to diesel. They're all soaking wet through. Trainers, socks, bottoms of the trousers. Obviously been rambling somewhere in the evening. Unfortunately, we've not been able to catch them with anything at the moment, but it's very good intelligence, just trying to get their details now.
When you stop these people, you've got to have a bit of a sense of humour, because if you let it get to you all the time, the fact that they're getting away with something and you know they've done it, then you would get wound up, you get frustrated, and you wouldn't enjoy the rest of the shift. So there are times there when you just got to say, hey ho, you win some, you lose some.
The Romanians haven't got away completely scot-free. The driver is being reported for carrying his passengers without any seats, and he'll have to take them home one by one.
So it's another way of disrupting them. If they want to come out and try and, steal at night time or just commit offences that are going to cause people disruption, then we'll do the same, we'll disrupt them.
Disrupting criminals using the motorway is one of the main priorities for the motorway cops. But keeping road users safe is even more important, and sometimes thief-taking takes a back seat. Angus and Katie are on their way to find a van driver who's been reported weaving in and out of roadworks on the M5.
We've then been given observations by a local force in relation to a vehicle that the driver's possibly drunk in charge. So we've just been given the recent location that it's between junctions 4 and junction 3 on the M5 northbound, which is where we are now, just trying to make some progress, see if we can see the vehicle.
The suspected drink driver has sparked a nationwide search after his employers reported him AWOL earlier in the day.
The company had been concerned that the vehicle had been missing for the day. He'd left in the early hours of the morning and he hadn't returned back to his yard again. So the company then put a phone call in to say that they were concerned that there was something wrong with the driver.
Yeah, that's it.
The missing van is behind them, stopped on the hard shoulder.
4-4. Sorry, we're just trying to get in. It's stationary on the shelf. We're just with the vehicle now.
So we reversed back thinking he's going to just climb out the cab and come and speak to us.
The driver is Polish and the dangers of the motorway seem lost in translation.
He had opened the door and I was trying to hold on to him to stop him from getting out.
There was trucks coming and one had literally just missed him. And Katie was struggling to get him to actually understand what she wanted. Katie was trying her best to get him to go over the passenger side and he wasn't moving.
As soon as I opened the door to the van, the smell and the fumes of alcohol, it was astounding, to be honest. It just hit me. And then the smell of sick.
Hurry up, get out!
In the last 10 years, there have been more than 100 fatalities on the hard shoulder. Angus and Katie aren't wasting any time. The man is under arrest for drink driving.
No, at the side of the road, he wasn't even worth breath testing. Because of the fact we couldn't communicate, he couldn't speak English as far as I was concerned, and I don't speak Polish. A couple of words, but not enough of them to explain to him the breath test procedure. So my first instinct was to get the van off the carriageway. So I jumped into the van expecting just to start it up and bump it over, because all I was going to do was put it into gear, turn the engine, and it would have moved on its own accord, even if the thing had run out of diesel.
But an empty fuel tank isn't the only problem.
And then I could feel it, and I thought, he's not managed to hold all his alcohol. I first of all hoped that he just spilled some alcohol, but as it sort of turned out later on, the smell was enough to say, wasn't it just alcohol that was in that seat?
He's absolutely soaking wet.
Yeah.
I've sat in the seat and moved it.
He's steaming. Have you seen the empty bottle of wine on the passenger seat?
I hope it's wine I was sitting on.
Much to the disgust of Angus, not only has the van's tank run dry, but the driver's bladder has too.
2 bottles of wine. I've had them before with beer, but never the wine. Seems like I've got myself an alcoholic, big style. It's the only reason he stopped, the fact that he's out of fuel. I would hate to say what his driving's been like all the way up the motorway, because, I mean, even just trying to drag him out the van, he's legless, you know. He's absolutely bladdered, basically.
It's shocking when I come to the side of the vehicle, trying to communicate the driver to get out of the vehicle. It was like talking to a brick wall. He just didn't recognise anything that I was saying.
Have you wet yourself? Yeah? Yeah. Maybe. My seat's going to be soaking wet now.
Yeah, my pees.
Your pees? You piss yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was that. I was just, my temperature started to rise and my patience, as far as he was concerned, had gone.
Bastard. Need to go home and change.
speaking English.
The clothes wash, which is one of them things you think, oh, I was a bit uncomfortable for a while having a wet backside, especially if it wasn't mine, but yeah, it was done.
While the drunk is taken to the station, just off the M5 near Bromsgrove, Adam and John are keeping watch for a Renault Megane people carrier, which has been linked to cable theft.
We know what vehicles they've got because we're able to do checks to obviously confirm what vehicles these people are using, and we'll just target them. You know, we'll go and sit up, we'll go and sit in plain cars, we'll even go and sit in the bushes if it means that we'll catch somebody. We're thinking, mate, the M5's closed and at 5 to 3. It's an absolute gold mine for them tonight, as you've quite rightly said as well. I think they'll be absolutely mad not to have dropped off here.
It's number 2 on the government's list of priorities that we have to sort out, because this country is going to come to its knees because of the things that are being stolen.
2 people carriers are going past, a Ford Galaxy, and the other is the Megane they've been waiting for.
That's it. That's it there.
Yeah.
That's it there.
Yeah, it's just gone past. It's just gone past.
It's gone past there.
This time, they're going to let the Megane run and make plans to catch it on its return leg.
So we then knew that it had actually done a loop around the Bromsgrove area. Potentially, it's dropped people off, and it would be coming back later.
We're hoping that it's going to go back M5 north now. So if you just monitor that one, please.
With the trap set, it's now a case of sit tight and wait.
They'll have done their research, and they'll know exactly where they're going, what they're taking and how much. And then 5 hours later, they'll return with it all. It's a very, very well-drilled operation, it seems.
Something's showing down tonight. At the moment, my guess, and I think John's in the first same thing, it's on this section here, which is closed at the moment. The truth of the matter will be in the early hours.
We try to get in their mindset as to where they're going to go. And we're just second-guessing them, thinking, well, if we were stealing cable, where would we go?
Unlit sections with roadworks are a common target. Adam and John are calling in reinforcements, the police helicopter.
So I think if you can run the loop from junction 1 of the 42, round to 4A, and then down to 5.
Further north, at Smethwick Police Station in Birmingham, the Polish van driver who emptied 2 bottles of wine and then his bladder is going to be tested on the station's breathalyzer.
Bit unexpected. The company have phoned it through, and they suspected the driver might be drinking whilst at work, and they were spot on.
Is 9030.
So drunk he's not even, he's not able to hold his own urine, and it's.
Yes.
Harder, 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 harder. More. That's brilliant. One more. Same again.
That's why I'm here. Katie's not allowed to be unsupervised.
Keep going, keep harder.
I don't feel sorry for any drink driver. Ultimately, there is help out there for anybody with an addiction.
They know they're alcoholics. There's no excuse for them taking a car in the road because they can't control themselves. If they're an alcoholic and they've got to have alcohol, then they shouldn't be driving. Surrender their car licence, take the bus, take the train.
149 and 144.
The reading is 4 times over the limit.
There's obviously been higher ones, but it's my highest reading that I've ever taken.
Because he's standing and he's talking, I wouldn't have thought he'd have blown as much as he has. But yeah, he's bladdered at that. 144 at the lowest. He has an accident just waiting to happen. Come this way, young man, you go first. I'll follow the whiff. Well, going by what the Sarge says, and 6 to 8 units an hour. Okay. It could be at least 14 hours before he's going to be fit to charge. You can indeed, yeah.
The next day he was charged and released, but he failed to appear at court.
But he's more than likely decided, without a driver's licence, there's nothing else he can do because he only knows driving. So he's more than likely gone back to Poland, and he'll still have his Polish licence, that he's not disqualified on, and he'll get a job in Poland, still driving.
15 miles south, near Bromsgrove, Adam and John are still waiting for news on the McGann.
It's the McGann's just hit 15 to 16.
15 to 16?
Yeah.
Since its earlier sighting, the McGann has done the rounds and is now on the M40, 30 miles away.
All right, mate, I take you've heard the update. Hopefully it will come off at 1, it will go past us, and then it will go down towards where it's going to pick the men up. The helicopter is probably about 5 minutes away, so it's kind of all tying in quite nicely at the moment.
With a dog car and 3 other units ready for action, the police helicopter is now airborne and checking the M5 for heat sources.
It was almost too perfect that we managed to get a helicopter, that we managed to get a dog handy if someone did do a runner. We had everything in place to the point where nothing could have possibly gone wrong.
But there's a problem. The McGann's disappeared.
We've been down south to the next junction, both sides of the motorway. No trace of any persons or suspicious vehicles. We're going to resume back to our patch over.
OK then, mate, that's it.
Just vanished. We tracked it so far, people spotting it, etc., and then it just went off the face of the earth. We couldn't think where it had gone, and we just had to hope in the way that it would show its face a little bit later.
3 hours later, and 15 miles away near Walsall, the McGann has resurfaced with the Ford Galaxy seen behind it earlier.
Yeah, we've been watching at Wall Island for that McGann. It's just past us. It's on the A5, Watling Street. We're just trying to catch it up. It's travelling with the Galaxy by the looks of it.
The McGann actually appeared further up north that evening. Again, it was spotted by another crew, just purely by luck.
Yeah, we're coming towards you now.
I think they've sussed that the police are behind them, and then eventually they followed through the back streets of Walsall, and we can hear over the radio that it's only a couple of streets away.
The 2 people carriers have driven into a dead end. There's no way out.
We're with you now, mate. They didn't live in that area at all. These people are from quite some distance away, and we knew that. We knew that they were obviously driving around to see who was following them. Right, boys.
There's 5 men inside. All are arrested.
Stuff here. Hey, out the vehicle, bud. Come on out. Got a load of cuts and equipment there.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's enough for going equipped then, isn't it?
There's no cable, but they are well tooled up.
Yeah, hacksaws.
There you get for a second, sitting there. They're using hacksaws. You know, they're using normal saws, they're using normal garden cutters and all sorts of stuff. That's enough for us to arrest them with. That's enough for us to take them into the police station and deal with them.
Once again, all the men are Romanian.
You got the ID? No. No English, yeah. That old chestnut.
They come over, they lodge in houses of 5 or 10 in a house, and then they basically go out and do shift work. They go out, do their shift, either find where the cable is, cut it up, next shift comes out, comes and takes it, then they cut it up and put it in vehicles.
And they've obviously, this bloke here's got a cut hand, his hand's all cut open from so much shot.
One of them is already on bail for cable theft. His last arrest was only 2 days ago.
Okay, the 2 previous for your man Serban. Most recent was for cable theft from within a railway depot too.
So we got the right man then?
A lot of the time, they'll come in for a month, they may be arrested 2 or 3 times, and then they'll go back. But there's always more willing people to come across. So it's almost like a constant supply of different people willing to come and do what they do.
There are more than 1,000 incidents of metal theft every week.
It's rife at the moment, to the point where there's so many of them, there's not enough of us.
Problem is, we're now 4:30 in the morning, and potentially we won't know if anything's been stolen or damaged until the morning now, when the shift workers come in for the motorways, or the council are checking the drains to see if any manhole cover's been removed.
The stolen cabling from the M5 costs over £80 a metre. and metal theft is estimated to cost the energy sector around £60 million a year.
These people just don't care. They don't care two hoots about you or I and anybody that's actually going to be affected by it. Bottom line is 500 metres of cable being stolen out of the motorway central reservation is worth about £50,000. It's big money.
Right, we've got 2 apps. Underneath the rear passenger seat is a pair of gloves. Yeah, oh, and we've got a tom-tom as well. Oh, love that.
A sat-nav is a cop's best friend.
Oh dear.
Oh, I love that one. It'll give us a fair idea of where they've been, I'd have thought. So, although there's no cable on board, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find where they've been and if any have gone and put 2 and 2 together, so to speak. Isn't that right? Yeah, he says yes.
Although they were arrested and although they're in custody block, you still think there's an awful lot that we're going to have to prove to a court or a jury that they were doing what we think they're doing.
Last year, throughout the UK, police made more than 1,000 arrests for cable theft, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The knock-on effects don't just affect the motorway lights.
If you look at it on a small scale, people don't get electricity. But on a wider scale, where they can wipe out telephone lines, power stations, hospitals, all this sort of stuff, and then if they can take out that amount of technology by just stripping some cable away, how does that help us when a real serious incident occurs? How do we communicate?
But at the moment, we're fighting a war against this, and it's not going to get any better until things change.
The 5 Romanians were released on bail the following day, pending forensic tests, but no charges have been brought against them. The investigation into the crash on the M5 confirmed that the driver of one of the cars, the blue Peugeot, was to blame for the accident. And after being reported for driving without due care, he accepted a driver improvement course. The burglar, a little too drunk to remember his misdemeanours, was found guilty of criminal damage and fined £1,500. And the car thief who stole the pickup truck was arrested again a month later for stealing another Vauxhall Brava pickup, and this time he was sent to prison for 2.5 months and disqualified from driving for 3 years.